What's going on, Action Army?
What's happening, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the official Action Army show.
Welcome to the most important hour of your life this week. If you're not watching this show, you're probably a Jackass or a Lion's Den fan.
Yeah, guys, it's basically a fucking call to action. Just kidding, it's exactly what it is, okay? This is the intro to Call to Action, the single most important piece of content you're going to ingest in the next 7 minutes.
If you love Action Army and you love Ben and Drew, then this is the place to be. And if you don't love us, well, then fuck you.
Go buy a suit, get it fitted, get the pants tailored so the length is just right and the break of your pants looks fantastic, get a bottle of Jameson, and get on fucking board. Peace out.
What's up, assholes? Welcome back to the Call to Action podcast. I'm James.
I'm Matt.
Hey, it's Melissa.
And Danny.
And who is this foreign stranger, Nat, who's come to us?
Yeah, who is this guy?
Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, what's up, everybody? My name is Nat. I'm from New York City. I'm a relatively new fan of the Schmodown. I was actually a pretty big Kind of Funny fan, and I found it through Nick Scarpino. And Team Action is obviously my favorite team. And, I mean, it's pretty obvious why. They're just so entertaining. They're the best heroes in the league. That's basically it.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, great. So you guys ready to just hop into the matches this week?
Yeehaw.
I'll take that as a yes. All right, so first up, we have WIldberries versus Kingsmen.
WildBerries.
WIldberries. Most entertaining match of the year, question mark?
Possibly.
Question mark.
I'll give it an exclamation point. Danny, you have anything?
What?
I thought better than last week. All right, great. Honestly, I don't remember much about this match other than the double beer bong in the beginning, so maybe the alcohol got to me also. So you guys want to recap it as well?
Yeah, sure. So, I like the pre-match. The make the Schmodown wild again. That was kind of funny, and how he's kind of right on Britain versus America, of course. Hashtag put it on a T-shirt. As you mentioned, it was the the beer pong entrance was funny. Round one was a pretty close match. WIldberries had 11. Kingsmen had 10. And they had that infamous Billy challenge for Billy Madison.
Yeah. Sort of touching on that, what do you guys feel
round
about it?
two.
Oh, well, here. Yeah, so how do you guys feel about the whole Billy question?
I think they made the right call because, I mean, the full title was already in the question, so, I mean, what else could have been meant?
Yeah.
I mean, if the title wasn't in the question, then I can see how the WildBerries would win that challenge, but I think they made the right call.
Yeah, agreed.
I want to be an asshole, but
What'd you think?
Argue. Yeah, it was a solid challenge, but the reasoning was good as well. So, yeah, no argument.
So we all think it's
We all agree.
right.
There's no argument, which is really strange considering who we're representing.
Okay.
But
Right? Okay. So then round two, Kingsmen picked Robin Williams. And WildBerries got Disaster Films. That's why they call it Disaster Films, you dum-dums.
Disaster Films, also known as the WIldberries' career put on film.
True story.
It's like,
That's why you don't drink and play trivia, kids.
Oh, that's the live show, man. That was nuts. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned it, but when I was lining up outside, they offered me Fireball, which, fun fact, I'm not 21 yet, so I couldn't take it even if I wanted to. But yeah, they were packing that night, so I don't know how drunk they were on stage. Adding to the fact that they also drank, I think they had more Bud Light on top of the fact that they had little flasks of Fireball on their own.
How does that not shock me at all?
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just happy to know that, you know, they're drinking responsibly, also known as they get an Uber home.
Mm, yeah.
Mostly been quiet. What do you have to
I'm
say
gu-
about the Kingsmen and
I'm
Wild
guessing.
Bears?
Um. Okay, so the question initially was most entertaining match? Question mark. I think I would still give like an edge to WildBerries Real Rejects, maybe as being more entertaining. But we have a second match to talk about eventually too, which I think could also be in the discussion. So, but it was definitely entertaining, enjoyable. I enjoyed the match pretty thoroughly, and just just a shout out to Elliot. Congratulations on his marriage. So now the Wildberries are just kind of two married guys acting like teenagers. So we'll see how that affects the dynamic. I was kind of surprised to see the Wildberries win. I don't know why. Kingsman hasn't shown me anything to prove otherwise, but I don't know. They're kind of on a winning streak, so now like the level losers are maybe not quite as pitiful as we once thought. So yeah, I like the match.
Are you only shitting on the Kingsman now that Devon has a British accent?
Oh no, that was not a British accent. That was like okay. People always make fun of Americans that try to do British accents, and Devon's is like it's exhibit A in that equation. Like, okay, here we have Jack, whose accent is like divine, beautiful, heavenly. It's
You
just
almost say
everything.
Devon.
It's just the most beautiful accent I've ever heard on the Schmodown, and like, and then Devon is just trying to do Devon, however it is, but his accent is so just bad that yeah, but I mean, I still enjoy them. I still like them as a team. I think he should probably go back to his normal accent, but that's just a personal preference.
All right. So I want to bring it up before we get too far lost. The Kingsmen propositioning Brienne for the title shot. There was a little bit of discussion before, at least on the Facebook page, about people thinking that the whole Brienne bit is sort of tired now that anybody can go talk to her. How do you guys feel about the whole pre-match segment?
I think it was pretty funny, but if we're being honest, I think it's probably gonna get really old soon. But I did enjoy the segment.
Yeah, because how many times can we have people randomly go up to her? Because there was Ken, there's the Puddin, and the Kingsmen. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
I just don't understand why the other people are randomly going to her. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kalinowski made sense. That was the one that made sense.
But like Ken, like that was weird because like he's in that triple threat match already, so for him to ask for a title shot seems kind of random, because he's really like he's a win away from getting a title shot anyway. So it seems like weird that he would ask her for a title shot when he's pretty much already there. And it was kind of like, it was weird because like the way that he interrupted her, he was kind of like, hey, we've been old friends, right? So it's almost like they're even trying to show like, okay, why is this random person talking to Brienne out of nowhere? And it's like they almost know it, so they're trying to create some sort of like I mean, I think they probably are friends, but I mean, it's like they're trying to like show the audience that hey, they've talked before. Like this isn't random at all, but it completely is random. So, and then the Kingsmen are like, I mean, that was definitely out of like left field. I have no idea where that came from. So, I mean, I agree. It's probably, I don't know that it'll get tired, but I mean, it's going to be like it's going to get even more random, that it's not going to make a lot of sense.
And sort of like in defense of that, I feel like the people who have gone to her other than Puddin have been like, they've been cocky, they've been assholes, and that's sort of playing into the personality of them thinking they're too good for waiting until like they earn it. That's why I think like Ken and the Kingsmen sort of work, is that you'd expect them to. Like they think they're so good, and they have this sort of critic personality that makes the idea of them thinking they're too good for waiting sort of believable.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about anything else for the WIldberries match?
No, just surprised at Elliot's improvement. That he definitely was the MVP of that match, and I want him to come back to singles again because he actually is pretty decent.
I actually do agree with Melissa that I don't think it was as entertaining as the Real Rejects match, but I think this one had an element to it that one didn't, which was he had a fun, lovable loser babyface team versus a fun, lovable loser heel team, and I think that was really fun.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. So next match is Lon Harris versus Ethan Erwin. Let's go right to Melissa. You said this may be the most entertaining match of the season. How about you sort of start discussion on this?
Okay, thanks. So I said it. I mean, it might be. I think there's been a lot of entertaining matches, but I think this one kind of had shades of Andrejko Bibiani. I'm sure you've seen that everywhere, but like it had very similar. It had a very similar feel as Andrejko Bibiani. So there was definitely some like tension. There was definitely like a kind of a back and forth element to it. So and it wasn't boring. It still had a feeling of enjoyment, even though the two competitors aren't necessarily the most like outgoing, personality driven people. Like Lon has his particular like character, which I love. I think it's hilarious. It's one of my favorite characters in the Schmodown. But between the two of them, they're not like super like personality driven, but they still put on like a really, really like solid match, one that you could kind of like really dive into and enjoy. And even if like kind of like me, even if you don't really have a rooting interest in the match, which I didn't. I didn't really care either way between Lon and Ethan which one won. But I still like really like I was invested in it from start to finish. So yeah, that was so to me, like of the two matches we're talking about today, like I would think I probably enjoyed the second match a little bit more.
Hell yeah. Honestly, like just myself personally, I prefer some of the more kayfabe, sort of out there personalities, and having fun with the matches. Like honest to God's skill sort of comes second to me. So I
Agreed.
wasn't as big on this match as most people were. Although I'd probably put more stake or more issue just in the fact that it wasn't surprising. Like they all wrote down their answers immediately, and it wasn't like, oh, did they get it? It's like even before the question was finished, they're scribbling the answer and put it down. I think it was Christian calling it. No, it was Ken. Ken called it.
Christian
just
and
huh?
It was Christian and Riley.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, so Christian just like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't like matches like that where it's just done really quickly, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'm close to Melissa saying this is probably one of my favorite matches because it reminded me of like a heavyweight kind of thing. Just two strong competitors going back and forth. If you look at round one, normally I don't care about the numbers, but Lon had a perfect score, +1, so it was 9-7 in the end of the first round. Then at the end of round 2, it was 15-14. And then it went back and forth in the third round, and it was 24-20. And Ethan actually set the record for the most points in a single game. So
Maybe?
it was just cool to see like actual trivia, like being, because like it's fun to have like a Wildberry match, but then to come back to what kind of like what the league is, it's a trivia. When it comes down to it, we want to see the best at who's at trivia. So this really showcased like two of the top up and coming competitors, I think, in our league. So it was really cool to see. Maybe eventually, maybe a future championship round, because that felt like a championship round more than the Sam and Rachel and the past few ones.
I
Plus,
love
it
this
had
match.
Drive Me Crazy.
Danny, hey, okay, who starred opposite Melissa Joan Hart in that movie?
Oh, it was a young Vincent Chase, Vinny Chase from Entourage.
Okay.
Nerd.
Adrian, whatever his name is.
Adrian Grenier, right? Is it Grenier?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know him as Vinny Chase,
I think that's right.
and his name was Chase in the movie.
Sorry, just two old people nerding out up over here.
Hey guys, I mean, I knew Drive Me Crazy because of the Britney Spears and Darren's dance groove.
It's not that you're old, it's just that you both have a penchant for subpar romantic comedies.
No, I was a '90s kid, late '90s kid. It was all about the teen comedies.
But it's like
Okay,
movies
Nat,
could
go
both
ahead.
like go back and forth on 500 Days of Summer. It's not an age thing.
Nah,
Okay,
you
Nat,
can go
Did
now.
you want to talk about?
Okay, I really love this match, and I'm like James, where I prefer the character building more than the actual trivia. Like, I'll take a fun and entertaining team that doesn't win a lot over a really good competitor, a really good competitor at trivia who's really boring any day. So I didn't expect to go into this match liking it a lot, but I mean, if you're a fan of movie trivia, you'll like this match, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really interesting how they both had I think they had both had the same percentage as to right answers, but the only difference was Lon couldn't answer his 5-point question. So I thought that was really cool.
What was this 5-point question?
What was Lon's 5-point question?
It was wasn't it about Tintin or something?
Oh yeah.
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 With
I
yeah,
wouldn't put that past him though, because like that is a legitimately difficult question.
Yeah.
And I know you guys don't. Okay, I know Nat and Melissa don't, but Nat, do you watch the Schmodown Rundown?
No.
Okay, I catch an episode once in a blue moon, and I forget which one, but one of the hosts always complains like that a lot of questions you don't have to have watched the movie to sort of understand the question. Like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
watch as many movies as people think I do. Yeah, I still am pretty good. You guys would say I'm not going to brag about myself, but again, asking a question that not only do you have to like watch the movie, you have to research as well. I think that's a fantastic 5-point question, especially for the insurmountable skill that these two competitors have.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen the movie, but I knew the answer, but I think it was a question on the Schmodown app, and that was the only reason I knew it.
I think Sam Levine kind of commented on that at one point, that like he didn't think, I think it was probably the Patriots match after that, but like he commented on the difficulty level of questions where you have to just know like who is in the movie or who directed the movie versus knowing actual plot points in the movie. So I know that Sam had mentioned it at one point that like it's not very comparable. So, but I think that was really good, Matt, or a really good like hard question. The only thing I could foresee was if someone's like a really big fan of like Simon Pegg Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's work that they may know it, even if they never saw the movie. They may know it just because they know their filmography really well. That's the only thing I can think of. But otherwise, I mean, it was a pretty solid question.
Yeah, you guys have any more thoughts on it?
No. Like I said, I thought it was really fun to see, like, just a break, because like I said, I love the entertaining matches, but it's nice to be reminded, like, that some of these competitors actually have a really good skill, and just to see two new upcoming talents, the future kind of people that might contend for a championship going down the line.
Yeah.
The only real the only pre-match stinger we got was Brand getting a belt. It's a nice belt. I like to have Sam's initials on it as well. But I feel like it's not really too much of note.
Oh yeah, and she looks pretty cool in a commissioner chair.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. The only thing I kind of wonder is, like, okay, does the person who wins the free-for-all, do they keep that belt, like, the whole year? Or do they just have to kind of, like, get rid of it after they cash in their...
I think they give it up when they cash it in. Because, like, in wrestling, there's this thing called the Money in the Bank, where it's basically the same thing where you win a briefcase with a contract in it, and when you cash it in, you give it up, and you get a title shot. So I think it's going to work the same way, probably.
Okay, that makes sense, because otherwise I was like, for someone to have a belt for a whole year just like after one win, it would be kind of weird.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, sounds good. So we're going to head to a break, and then right after this, we will catch you where we will be creating our own Schmodown faction. Catch you on the flip side.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the in-between segment. This is a transition for you and all the wonderful listeners of the show.
Some people might even call this a commercial. So since it's a commercial, we're going to promote a couple things that you should check out. Check out patreon.com/teamaction, as well as Wednesdays.
You can find us on the Action Movie Anatomy official show on the Popcorn Talk Network. Do you feel we're being serene? We certainly do.
Also, we're going to kick the shit out of every other Schmodown team in the entire league. Oh, here comes the next segment. See you in a minute.
Roka's a choker.
Bye.
Welcome back from the break, guys. As mentioned before, we're going to talk about our Schmodown factions. The way we have it laid out is so basically here are the parameters of what our faction is going to be. We assembled it to quote-unquote take down the Lion's Den, although some of us may not have gone for the pure skill, but we'll see. So we have a team, an intergation competitor, a Star Wars competitor, a newbie from this season, any singles competitor, and a second team. From there, you can also pick an announcer, an interviewer, and a collider animal, and then obviously your name. So hopefully that makes sense. Nat, since you're new to us, how about you warm everyone up?
Okay, so I took some liberties with the prompt. In my
great.
fantasy world, the Lion's Den is already broken up. So here, take a journey with me. Take a walk. All right, the day is May 15th, 2018. That's tomorrow, as of this recording. And Above the Line has beaten the Patriots for the tag title.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can stay on. Continue.
Okay. So JT and Snyder break up. The Lion's Den is in complete disarray. Now, fast forward to June 2nd at the El Porto Theater at the live event. Team Action beats the Shire Wolves. They get a title shot. Okay, so at the title shot with Team Action versus Above the Line, Drew McWeeny leaves Sam Levine the way that Ken Knapsack left Rachel Cushing, and Sam eventually loses the belts by himself to Team Action. Drew McWinney reveals himself to be a double agent, and he's joining Team Action in a new faction. With the Lions Den in complete shambles, Ken Knapsack leaves. He takes Mark Donica with him. He takes Grace Hancock with him, and they form a new faction. And they also recruit Ethan Erwin because they need a newbie. So, in one faction, you have someone with a mob boss character in Drew McWinney, the mob boss. You have Ken Knapsack, the pit boss. And you have the boss, Ben Bateman. And it's a mafia-themed faction. We're called the Family. Okay, so I've basically run through all of my members. So the team is Team Action, obviously. That's the A team. Inner Geekdom is Mark Donica, the enforcer. It makes sense with the whole mafia theme. The Star Wars competitor is Ken Knapsack. Newbie is Ethan Erwin. The singles competitor is Drew McWinney. And my second team, I'll team up Drew McWinney and Ethan Erwin as the B team. Which, let's be honest, they're not really going to be a B team. The interviewer is Grace Hancock, the same way she interviews people in the Lions Den. And the favorite announcers are Bibiani and Jen Sturger, the obvious two best. And Grace will be a third sometimes. And I don't really know a lot of Collider animals, so I just picked a stray pit bull off the street, and we'll call him Boss. So 4 bosses in one faction.
I am in love with your faction. Oh my god.
Oh,
you.
that's a win.
We like the Family. Very good.
You
Cool.
can't see it, but I'm bowing down to my computer right now.
Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah, that was amazing. I like how you didn't keep Dagnino around. That's the first thing that needs to go.
Right. Obviously.
You guys have any other notes?
I like that you have the Lion's Den in disarray because that's just like the dream. So
Did
more
that just for
power
you,
to
Melissa.
Yeah, I think Dan, you want to go next?
Yep. I don't think I can beat that one, but I'll try. So my faction is going to be, in terms of like sports teams, it's going to be the Cobra Kai with a K, KK. The theme song for the faction, the faction for the theme is going to be "You're the Best Around," because that's from the Karate Kid. My team is, of course, Team Action. IG is Jason Inman. Sam for Star Wars. Newbie is going to be Ethan. And we're going to team him up with Bibbs as my other single guy. And Bibbs and Ethan's team is going to be called the Smarter Than You, because they're smarter than everyone. Jen and Ken and Ellis are going to be at the table, and Jen's twin sister Jessica will be the interviewer, because Team Action and Jessica go hand in hand. And we'll have Cal, the Schmodown dog, as our pet. And that's it. I don't really have anything fun to say, but I just want to see them come out as like in Cobra Kai outfits and just beat down the competition and knock out the Lion's Den.
Wait, so just a refresher.
Because it would be also funny.
Did you say that
no, it'd be fun.
is Riley interviewing or at the table?
No, Cal.
Okay, I would say to definitely get Riley though, because remember in his title defense against Roka, he had the Karate Kid entrance.
Yeah, we can put Riley at the table and just have Jessica as interviewer.
Well,
and
my biggest concern is like, do we want to take Action out of their suits? Because I think they should all be wearing like jeans and stuff. Like really go the full Karate Kid like style.
I want them to be in the outfit.
Yeah.
I know
Jinx.
it'd be a sacrifice, but
What?
But
Do
for
you
the faction's
do you
sake.
hear yourself?
What?
Do we want them out of their suits? Yes.
No, I want them in their suits. Melissa, bad.
Is this a family show? I'm sorry.
This isn't a family
It's
show.
not a family
We
show.
are
There are kids
endorsed
listening.
by the people you're hitting
Yeah,
on.
we got canceled. We already canceled last week.
You just call end. I'm sorry, we can't do this anymore. Melissa likes us too much.
I'm just saying you need to word your phrases a little bit.
I need to word my phrases. Great. And on that perfect English, Melissa, how about you start?
Okay, Danny, were you done? I hate to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, for me, I know this is gonna break a lot of hearts, but I did not take team action in my faction. No rhyme intended, but there it is. So my first team, is going to be late to the party. And I'll kind of explain at the end why I chose everybody I did, but my team is going
Traitor.
to be late to the party. Hey, that's not. I think Robert's like a pretty I think he's pretty hardcore team action, so I'm good with that. So I have late to the party as my team. Then inner geekdom. It breaks my heart to not pick Jason Inman because he's just so clearly the best. But my choice there is going to be Hector Navarro. Then the Star Wars competitor, I am choosing Alex Damon. For my singles competitor, I am choosing #ThatWink, Sam Levine. And for my second team, I am choosing to pair up Sam Levine. I'm splitting him up from Drew McWeeny, which just feels wrong, but Drew does not fit my faction. So unfortunately, I have to get rid of him. And I'm pairing up Sam Levine and Cody Hall, which I think actually kind of works a little bit. I think they complement each other really well. So that's going to be my second team is Sam and Cody. Then announcers, it's going to be Perry and Jessica. And then for the interviewer, I haven't really chosen anyone yet. I really want to go with Riley, but he doesn't exactly fit my choice. And then for mascot, I chose Cal as well because there's nothing cuter than a dog. So, Perry Nemiroff, in case no one understood. So, my faction is called #TotesaDorbs, and the point of my faction is just to pick all the cutest little people in the Schmodown that are just like all adorable. And I forgot my newbie. My newbie is Jared Habon. So
Melissa, can you keep it in your pants for one recording session, please?
What? Anyway, I just picked all the people that are just like really like adorable, like just cute, and so that's why I picked who I did. And song wise, everyone's kind of keeping their same song except for my new team of Sam and Cody Hall. Their theme is going to be the hamster dance, which I think it would be pretty good. I mean, I think that would be a good walkout song, don't you think? Hello?
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's my fact.
Yeah, I said I think we killed James, so we need a new host. Nat has been upgraded to host.
Oh, great. Can I just ask one thing? You said Drew McWeeny didn't fit in your faction. Are you saying that McWeeny isn't totes adorbs? Because I disagree with you. I think he's very adorable.
So anyway, the reason that I chose like Late to the Party is because, they're a couple and they're just the cutest couple ever. So that's why I picked them. And then obviously like Sam and Hector, just like really petite and cute and all that. So if you're listening to this, please don't kill me for calling you.
And canceled. Okay, great.
But anyway, so that's my faction, and the only goal for it is just to have like a sweet little cute team that is adorable. So that's my team.
So
it's kawaii. So they're the kawaii team. They should come out to like a cute little anime theme, like a transformation to like Sailor Moon or something.
I thought I was gonna win this. I was so confident going into this, and then out of nowhere, Matt has the perfect team, and then there's Melissa.
Totes adorbs.
I'm going to tell you the just my faction name, and then I'll give you the rest. My name is the Flair Fashion Faction, Triple F. My team is critically acclaimed. My single competitor, my intergeekdom competitor, is Robert Meyer Burnett. My Star Wars competitor is Knapsack. My newbie is our queen, Janine the Bean. My single competitor is Bibiani. And my new team I created, which I'm really proud of, is Bibiani and Burnett, also known as the Screaming Commandos. So Bibiani's in 2 teams. My interviewer is Scoops McGee. Because if you want any man on the red carpet breaking those hot Schmodown scoops, you need Scoops McGee.
I am 100% for that.
For my animal, or for my mascot, I want Perry in her dinosaur onesie. And my intro song for the entire faction, no exceptions, is Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, so I'm just imagining Bibiani like coming out to Fergalicious, and I want it so badly.
I need this in my life.
I need Bibiani and Burnett in nice, tight little like dresses coming out and doing a full like Baychella dance number to Fergalicious. And if you can't tell, is Burnett
wearing the smoking suit over the dress?
No, he's only wearing the dress. It's all or nothing. But yeah, my entire faction is sort of built around the idea of I want people who can make the best entrances. And after critically acclaim's like 3D intro they had last week, I am all for them becoming the next 6 Degrees, where everyone just loves them for their entrances. And yeah, 6 Degrees is an incredibly underrated team. That doesn't take away from the fact that they have had some of the best entrances in Schmodown history. And on top of that, we have Burnett, who comes in screaming every time. We have Knapsack, who has his iconic stance. Janine, in her one match, had a really great one. I think she can build from there. And, I mean, Bibiani is Bibiani. He killed Mark Riley. Nothing, like mark my words, no entrance this season will be better than that. Fact.
So this is present day Bibiani, not future Bibiani, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If we somehow go into Doomsday Timeline, I will fully welcome that Bibiani, even if he does join the Horsemen somehow. But until then, I want a faction where not only do we kick ass or we kick names and take ass, we also have the best entrances, dresses, and song in the entire league. Boom.
And you have Fergalicious.
Yeah, and we are Fergalicious, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I had Scoops McGee, so I automatically
who would win? Who would win in the cute? My question is,
Agreed.
who would win in the cute? Who would win in the cute contest? Robert Meyer Burnett and Bibbs, or all of Melissa's team? I would actually pick Bibiani and Robert Miles Burnett in a dress.
Again,
Sorry,
if you put Bibiani and Burnett in
a dress,
nice little two-piece dress and have him come out with a rehearsed dance number to Fergalicious.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win the cutest contest.
I win. Like nothing can beat that.
In addition to Scoops McGee interviewing them afterwards, that's pretty.
No, would Scoops come out to Fergalicious as well?
And just like our first match is gonna be like where like we have like Jen or someone, and it's just like, and you have Fergalicious come on, and you have Scoops like doing the nerdiest dance, like he's doing like a little dad dance out. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm gonna take over. So with our new team champions. Oh, I'm sorry, is that too new? Breaking news, everybody! New team champions, the Screaming Commandos, and just go from there.
I miss Scoops McGee.
Yes, but that is my faction.
All right.
Obviously, our fans can pick the winner, but
no, we have
before they
Ix.
do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Aixa wanted to share her team. I don't know what. None of us know what's on it, but Melissa, would you like to read her super secret faction?
Yes.
Yes, I would love to. So Danny's gonna help me introduce this team. So Danny, would you like to tell everyone Aixa's faction name?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the super secret faction name is the Hellblazers. From the depths of hell, I guess. But Melissa has the names.
Yeah, so I actually have a little bit of everything. So the description of this faction is they are the perfect mix of heels and faces with an edge to them. Hashtag no cringe zone. The team is the one, the only, the beautiful Team Action. And their song is still DRE, obviously. And then her inner geekdom competitor is Jay, and his song is Glorious. She was going to pick Coy, but he needs to learn how to calm down. So Jay ended up taking it.
Wait. Coy needs to calm down, not Jay.
Coy needs to calm down, yes.
Okay.
I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense, but
Jay screamed through his throat hole surgery thing. Like that man is not calm.
Well, I think maybe mentally he needs to calm down, not like
yeah, sure.
verbally. I don't know. The Star Wars competitor is Sam Witwer, who will be entering to the Darth Vader theme. Then her newbie, like myself, is Jared Habon, who would be coming out to Barracuda by heart. Then the singles competitor is Jeff Snyder. And his song is going to be the Massachusetts song, which I'm not familiar with.
So she meant it's the Dropkick Murphys going up to Boston.
She meant shipping off to Boston, is that right?
Yeah, by Dropkick Murphys.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Then,
it is the unofficial theme song in Massachusetts, though. So.
Oh, gotcha. Then her second team is called the Terminators and features Mark Andraco and Rachel Cushing. And their song is the Highway Tune by Greta Van Fleet. Her interviewer is Jen/Jessica. Her announcers are Ken, Stacy, and Bibiani. Mascot is Bucket the Raccoon, the raccoon who's a Team Action fan. And that'll be it.
Okay, well, she clearly has the best animal.
Excuse you, I have Perry in a dinosaur onesie. I win.
I'm unfamiliar with the Bucket the Raccoon. Am I missing something?
He's basically a raccoon who likes Team Action. That's all you need to know.
He is in front. He's like the official mascot on the Action Army page. He sits.
Whose raccoon is it?
It's just a fan. It's their. He's a fan of Team Action.
I really want them to bring a raccoon into one match and just Christian starts hunting it down.
So anyway, that was Aiksa's, and she was very thorough. Like she had all the songs, and she put a lot of thought into it. So,
Oh, wait. Nat, what was your team song?
Oh, I didn't have one.
Okay, yeah, so I win. Agreed?
No.
I don't think I agree with that.
No, Nat
win.
Nat wins. Nat won.
Well, he doesn't have a song.
I
don't
just
have
said-
a theme,
I said
but-
you're one. He had a whole storyline about the whole life event. Obviously, he wins. But James, you win the cutest faction.
Yeah.
Nat, question.
Yes.
Your faction, the family.
Right.
How much will Vin Diesel feature in it?
He'll be heavily featured, prominently.
Will he be a guest star on the Schmodown if we name this faction the family?
He's gonna be a guest announcer, and we'll have 4 people at the table. It's gonna be crazy.
So, Vin, how would you like to start? Okay, question 1. Repeat the question.
I am Groot.
I'm Steve Rogers.
Okay, question 1. I am Groot. Jane Fonda? Original. Okay, I'm so done.
That's an elective on Asgard.
So yes, if you guys don't know, we're canceled. This is our final show.
I'm glad I got to be a part of the last episode.
Yeah, nah, don't worry, you sunk the ship on your own. So, as the ship's sinking, we have to go full Titanic. The band is not leaving. I'll plug myself first. You can find me on Twitter at Temecula Film Guy. I am TEMECULA Film Guy. Melissa, where can people find you?
I am on Snapchat, Melyn44, MELYNN44, as well as on the movie trivia Schmodown page and the Action Army Facebook page.
Danny?
Guys can find me on Twitter at DKPKP. That's DKPKP. Or on Instagram, Danny_K22.
And Nat, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Miss Marvel Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com/MissMarvel13. My admin tag is Red Hood. And my Twitter, don't follow my Twitter. If you follow me, unfollow me.
Okay, great. And before we get into this whole Team Action plugs, I do want to throw out there that I believe most of us are admins for the WIldberries fan page. Check it out. I believe it's called the Thorn Bush. And also, one of our wonderful co-hosts, Helene, started the Kingsmen fan page. I don't know what it's called. Do you guys remember?
I think it's a Secret Service.
Secret Service.
So look up the Secret Service and join our fan page. And again, don't forget to check out Ben and Andrew. You can find Ben on Twitter at Ben Bateman Media, and you can find Andrew at Andrew Guy. And don't forget to follow the Team Action fan page, the Action Movie Anatomy fan page, and also Action Movie Anatomy every Wednesday at 3 p.m., I believe. What are they showing this week? Do any of us know?
That is a very good question.
All right, there's a reason we're being canceled. I think those are all the plugs we were mentioned. Check the description for anything we forgot, and find our other co-hosts' links as well. That is it. Hopefully we come to you next week, and see you guys next time.